So, at the moment, it's still winter. The F1 is still in its off season, and a lot of people don't have any sports to watch. So, some watch football, others basketball, and then there's me who watches winter sports, mainly ski jumping. So, with this weekend's World Cup ski flying competition in Vikersund fast approaching, I have decided to make a list of the top 10 longest ski jumps. Well, top 10, I mean, thanks to some coincidences, it's more like 11, but who cares? The top 10 longest ski jumps in history, so yeah. So sit back, enjoy yourselves, and yeah, so let's get going. Number 9. So at number 9, it's a freeway tie, and the first guy is Peter VERT. This one is a fairly recent addition from this year's Ski Flying World Championships at Kulm, when he just took off and made the hill record. So he thinks a perfect takeoff. He gets a lot of height and just keeps going and going and going. He's still going, and oh my god, how did he land that? The hill is not capable of such big jumps, but he absolutely nailed the jump and landed it at 244 meters, as you can see on screen. So let's get to the next one. Number 9. So equaling in ninth, it's Yuri Tepesh at Planica. He gets a great takeoff, he just gets a lot of height, and he just keeps the height, and he keeps a lot of height and even lands in telemark. This was a absolutely brilliant jump. As you can see, the jumper is really happy. And yeah, he also got something extremely rare in ski jumping, a 5 times over 20 mark by the judges. And yeah, and that's his personal best, and yeah, absolutely amazing jump in Planica last season in 2015, so hopefully he can go even further in 2016. Number 9. So next up we've got 2012 ski flying world champion Robert Kraniec, who used this jump to get to the title that he has now. So he gets an absolutely perfect takeoff. He just has so much height for all of his flight, and he just somehow lands it. It was just how did he even land it? Just he was still a few meters too high to start the landing, but he just stuck it down there, and it was absolutely perfect. And yeah, else can I say? It was a brilliant jump. If he would have drawn it out as far as he could, he would have broken the world record that time. But sadly, it was just a little too late, too low. So just a bit too. There were not enough meters. But yeah, still a brilliant jump. And yeah, so I'm gonna also play a video when how the Slovenian commentator reacted when Kranic did his jump. So I'm gonna leave that, and then we're gonna move to number 8.
Točk prednosti pred Freundom 10 metrov. Freund je skočil 208 metrov in pol. Kraniec potrebuje sedaj skok recimo prek 200 metrov za medaljo na tem svetovnem prvenstvu. Kako ga bo odneslo Roberta Krajnca? Gre prek 200 metrov, fantastično! Ha, ha, ha! Izjemen polet Roberta Krajnca, ali pomeni to zlato medaljo? Zelo blizu tudi rekordnega dosežka Robert Krajnec. Poglejte, 244 metrov! Oh, izjemen dosežek!
Number 8. So, now we have number 8. It's Anders Vanemel with his jump in Vikersund 2012 with 244.5 meters. He just gets a good takeoff, and he has even more height than Kraniec, and just goes, and at the end he had a bit less height than Kraniec had in the previous jump, but still had a lot of height, and somehow managed to land it perfectly and not fall. And as you can see, the confirmation with a lot of wind deduction. So yeah, that's it for this jump. So now on to number 7. So next up it's Severin Freund with a jump of 245 meters. So he gets a perfect takeoff, and then he doesn't have as much height as the previous jumpers, but then it just gets a lift from the wind, and he just goes and somehow lands it almost in the flat, and it's a great jump. And we're gonna see and it's 245 meters as visible on screen. A brilliant jump, landed it pretty good. So next up, we're gonna go to number 6. 6. So at number 6, we've got Peter VERT again, setting the national record in qualifying for the competition in 2015. He just gets a lot of fight and he just holds it like a boss. And he's still going, and he had less height at the end than Kranitz, but somehow landed it. And yeah, so this was a much more impressive jump overall than the previous from Freund, but still, and yeah, it was just so nice looking at him fly, just like almost perfectly, just amazing. So let's get now on to number 5. 5. So at number 5 we got Anders Venemel. In 2015 he just gets a good jump, he gets height, and then he just gets the wind, just gives him a lift. He's got so much height at this point, and he somehow stands it again. Oh my god, we're gonna see a lot of these ambitious stands in the end, and most of them work out. But 246 meters, brilliant jump, only half a meter to the world record that was standing at that time. So yeah, it was just a good jump, I guess, and a decent landing. So now we move on to number 4. 4. So moving on to number 4, Johan Reven in 2011, the year that this hill was renovated. So let's look at the takeoff. He just gets a good takeoff, and he just has the height, and he's just gaining height thanks to the wind, and he just lands it. Unbelievable. This jump could have gone further, but somehow he landed it. It's just wow. I don't really know what to say with this jump. And this was in 2011, and the year that this hill was renovated to be the biggest hill in the world. And this was the world record that stood from this jump till the jump that we're gonna see at number 2. And so, first we must go to number 3. 3. So at number 3 we got Peter VERT again, a jump that was in 248.5 meters in length, which is the hill record here in Planica. So yeah, this was just a brilliant jump that VERT did. He was just absolutely just wow. He just takes the perfect takeoff, and as you can see, he just has a lot of fight, and he still does, and he even landed in the telemark. How did he do it? Just like this deserves an applause because of the telemark at the end. Absolutely brilliant. 248.5 meters, as you saw. This was just after the Planica giant hill was renovated, so it's in theory it's the same as Vikersund, but we haven't seen the longest jumps that we have seen in Vikersund. But in this season I do think that if the weather conditions are unfavorable, we could see a new world record in Planica, which is in Slovenia, by the way. So let's head down to number 2. 2. So at number 2 we've got Peter VERT again. He's just a lot on this list. When he jumped 250 meters at Vikersund, this was just a perfect jump from him. Just like, look at him, he's got the height and he's still gaining height. Look at the height he's got, and he just, oh my god, he somehow landed it at that distance. Wow, that was just one of the best jumps I have seen. I was watching it live, and just like boof, it was just absolutely amazing. This was the first world record after about 11 years or even more that it was set by a non-Scandinavian, which is absolutely amazing to know. And it was the first jump on or over 250 meters, which is a major landmark in ski jumping. Yes, so Peter VERT did amazing. So let's head on to the winner of this list. Number 1. Number 1. So, and at number 1 we've got Anders Venemel again. This list isn't boring at all. So yeah, but still, Anders Venemel, when he set the current world record, and as you can see, let's just look at it. He doesn't have a lot of height, but then he just gets a lot of wind help and he just goes as long as he could, and he somehow standed it at 251.5 meters, which is just wow. Yeah, that was just a really long jump. It wasn't as impressive as Preutz's, but it was still a damn good jump. I can't say anything against him. It was a really good jump. But and yeah, this is still the current official world record that was set about less than 24 hours after Preutz set his world record. Yeah, so this has been it for this top 10, but I've still got something extra in store, so let's look at that. Extra. So in the extra section, we've got the longest ever ski jump that sadly wasn't, he sadly fell. So let's look at it. He just goes and he just has the height, and then the wind just picks him up and he just carries him all the way, and yeah, sadly the force at the landing was just too strong and he couldn't really keep himself not to fall. But yeah, it was the longest ever ski jump. It was just like, how did he do it? He wasn't really known as the best of ski flyers, and he wasn't at the best of forms, as I believe. Don't correct me on that. I know that somebody will, but he just somehow kept it and just did 254 meters, which would have been a world record, but sadly, yeah, as you can see in the slow motion. And yes, as you saw in slow motion, he just couldn't stand it. It was just the forces were too strong. But yeah, guys, this has been it for this video. This was something a bit different. So I hope you guys liked it. So leave your opinions on this down in the comment section below. If you want to see more of these or something else that isn't exactly F1 related, just put it down in the description below. And this is description, I meant comment section below. And of course, if you like this video, leave a like. And of course, subscribe if you haven't already for more great videos. And there might be another video coming out before the end of this week. Something probably F1 related, hopefully F1 2009 career mode, maybe. But yeah, this has been it for this video, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.